my fan ready.
Oh, honey.
Oh, honey.
That's how I roll.
It's fine.
It's cool.
We made it. First and foremost, apologies to the people of Greece for this intro that I'm about to do. Because I'm going to try. Gaius Kalos Irtate the cup. I tried. But hello, Europe, Australia, and the world, and welcome to the CUP ESC, part of the Currently Unnamed Podcast Network, where we put the real and the tea into ESC for top of honey. I'm Logan Murphy. Say something gay. Gay, I am just drinking water, because water. Cup mug is here because always, except when she's not. And you could get your cup mug and all of our other merch at lanagcreations.etsy.com. That link is down in the description below. We do ship domestically within North America and internationally, so there are no excuses unless there are some excuses, and there are some excuses because there are some excuses.
Exactly. There are always some excuses, but you know what there's not an excuse for? Brooke. Hi, everybody. It's Brooke, and I am passionate about pop culture. And I am drinking a non-generic bottle of water. It's spooky. It's Dasani.
How could you?
Exactly.
How could you, and also why would you?
Well, I mean, you drink the water you have, you know, and
well, why would you have that?
Well, you go to Cookout, right? You order a Cookout tray, okay? And then when you don't want the soda, you get the water, and they give you a bottled water, and they always give you a Dasani. So, like, it's better than nothing. It's still water. It's just a little bit extra. Just like me. I'm the Dasani of CUP podcast members.
I guess you could say that. But anyway, we're here talking about Greece. What? Greece? A national selection from Greece?
I got chills.
No. No. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. No, we're talking about the first national selection to happen for Greece since technically 2015. That's pretty cool. Come on, Greece.
Greece. We're fan favorite.
Yeah, we got the announcement that Greece is doing Ethnikós Telikós once again. I'm very excited. We've got 12 very interesting. That is the word I will use to collectively describe all 12 of these songs. We've got a very interesting setup of songs to talk about, and we're going to dive into those here real shortly. Before we do, make sure to subscribe if you've not already, because we're here almost all the time to give you almost all things Eurovision Song Contest, and we'll be here all Eurovision season giving you as much as we physically can. And make sure to check out the description below where you can find all of our audio podcast links, our other YouTube channels, and our Patreon for exclusive content and early access to a lot of fun content throughout 2025. So stay tuned for that. But we are going to go in alphabetical order because that's the order I have. So we're going to start with Andy Nicolas with Lost My Way.
Well, sweetheart, I'm going to be 100% honest with you. Your voice is very pretty. I like you a lot, but this is not a Eurovision song in any way. This is radio friendly, and I don't normally like using that term when I talk about Eurovision. This is one of those songs that I feel like was made for an album and was going to be a single, and they're like, but if we make it a Eurovision song, they can get some extra promotion and extra traffic, and we can drive sales that way. And like, no shade, because I respect the hustle, but it's not Eurovision-y enough. It doesn't hit that box. I do like it though. It's really sweet and it's really pretty, but it's not there for show, I don't think.
I find this song interesting. Interesting is really the word I would use to describe it. I like the little like vinyl crackling detail at the very start of the song. That really intrigued me. I liked that. It's definitely not a bad song by any means. There's a couple of parts in here that feel a little disjointed. Specifically, the part in the chorus where it's like pulling me away, but there's like a break. It's like pulling me away, and there's like a weird syncopation with it. Not really a huge fan of that. I wish the ending was all a cappella. Like, I think that would have added something unique to the song. But otherwise, it's, dare I say, a little boring.
Yeah, I feel you on that one.
Certainly not bad. It is certainly not bad.
Correct.
But it's boring. And
I wish that it had a little bit more variety to it, because as it is, it's kind of samey. Yeah. I do enjoy it, though. I really, really like his voice. And I think in a situation where you have nothing to sell but your voice, I think he would do very well. Unfortunately, you got to sell a lot more. I just don't think the song is even remotely competitive.
Yeah, I think I tend to agree with you on that.
Us agreeing?
Shocker.
I don't think it'll be happening much in this video.
I was going to say, probably the last time this video. Anyway, let's move to Barbz. Barbz with Sirens.
I will say, hearing Barbz, I'm immediately fearful for my life, just in general, about saying anything negative about this song.
Same. Different set of Barbz, though.
Different set of Barbz, but you never know. Maybe they're ride or die. How do you feel about it?
I like it. I think it's a pretty decent song. I like the theatricality of this song, because a lot of these songs kind of fall into Greek electronic. That is like the overall vibe for this selection, and I do like it. There's a theatricality about this song that I like. It's giving me kind of the same musical universe as Tattoo. I got a little bit of that energy from it. I love the syncopation in the chorus where it's like sirens say, "Oh, save me." Like that whole, like, there's a pause, and here it works. When we talked about Andy's song, the pausing and the syncopation didn't really work for me. In this song, it really does work for me. The post-chorus beat, when we get that kind of like breakdown right after the first chorus, I really, really enjoyed that. I do wish that it had a little bit more lyrical density. It's very repetitive in that way, and I like the repetition, but I just wanted it to be a little bit denser as far as words are concerned. And the ending, the fade out, I wish was just a little bit better. But overall, not a bad song for me.
So I agree with almost all of that. The one thing I really don't like in this song is the transition from the first verse into the first chorus.
Okay.
The beat changes, but not in a way that like feels connected. Like, I was really into it at the beginning. I think that intro is gorgeous. I love the tone that they have in the song. I think it's great. And then it just changes the beat for the chorus, and it did not flow for me at all. I think the chorus is the thing they need to work on the most, and not necessarily the lyrical quality, just whatever you're doing under the words, because I don't think that flowed for me at all.
That's fair.
I liked everything other than the chorus in this. I think that is the only real point of fix, and I will say I do like the song. It's kind of one of those like dividers for me between this is my song out of the ones I like, probably the one I like the least, but it is leaps and bounds above the ones I have below it.
Like, I wish there was this like when it comes to the chorus specifically, I wish it went up and it was like, I heard the sirens say, "Oh, save me." The sirens say, like, I wish there was a bit more emphasis on, like, I'm trying to relate it to a song from a previous like selection or something.
One thing I will say about the tone, right? Especially during the intro, I really heard this. I never thought I would use this word because it feels like an oxymoron, but it's kind of like a clear growl they have to their tone. Like, I don't know if that makes any sense, but like, I can feel what I'm talking about.
There's a nice rasp to her voice that is, I will say, very pronounced in the first part, especially in her lower register. There's a lot of really nice growl and rasp. I do see that for sure. But
it's also very clear rasp. It's not like one of those, like, you could tell this is just her voice. This is just how they sound. And I'm happy that it's not one of those things where somebody's putting on a rasp to try to sound like another artist, typically Amy Winehouse. But
Well,
am I wrong?
no.
But no, but I don't think that's what they're going for at all. I think it's just her voice. I think it sounds really nice. Just fix the chorus, please,
Fair.
please.
Fair. There were sound mixing issues with a couple of songs in the selection. We'll talk about it because I was a little. And speaking of, it's my main critique for this next song we're going to talk about, which is Dinamiss with Odyssey. I actually really, really like this song a lot, but the audio mixing in this studio cut is what throws me off the most. Like, it sounds like the vocals sound a little like cluttered and like a little like, it sounds like they were recorded like 5 feet away from a microphone.
Slimane style?
No, because that was actually really good. But no, this is a song I do really enjoy. I like the chanting at the start. I was not prepared for the cuntiness that the rap section of this song brought. I will say that much. I was not prepared. It was pleasantly surprising for me. My biggest issue is that there's a lot of different energies happening in this one song. Like, we've got there's like Greek traditional instrument, and there's like, that's kind of the through line through the whole thing. And that kind of dominates the instrumental breaks. And I do really like that. But then when you get into like the rap and the more lyrical part, it kind of all goes away. And I don't love that. Like, I like the idea of that contrast, but it's not contrasting in the way that I want it to. But these ladies' vocals sound great, and they sound great together as well. And I think they flow together in a nice way. So there's some changes I would make, but overall, I don't mind this song.
You don't.
And you don't like it.
Oh, I really, really, really don't like it. I think this is one of the worst songs in the selection. I don't. So many issues. The biggest issue I have is the audio mixing, and I firmly agree with that. Vocally, it's fine. I will not complain about their vocals. I think that is the only thing I like. I wish I could hear them. That would be nice. But I wish they were more clear, because the mixing is so weird throughout this entire song that it's so hard to hear them. The production on this track is terrible. Bottom of the barrel terrible. I don't think I've had anything worse this year other than the one song from Spain that we all agreed had some of the worst production that we've ever heard. Terrible production. It is so dated. Like this, and like it feels like it came out of 2015 and not in a good way. Like, we were just talking about it with Finland when we did the Finland video. About there was a song in there that we felt like sounded like it was like 2010-ish, but we liked that because it didn't feel like it was trying to, like, it just had like elements from that time period, but it still felt fresh. This doesn't feel fresh to me. There's nothing to this that like really pulls me in. It kind of pushes me away, like music in 2015 generally does. I honestly think that if it were not for one song in this selection, this would be at the bottom of my list. And I hope that this does not go, because I don't think they're going to fix any of the issues that I have with it. Sorry, this is not for me.
That's valid, completely valid. I hope that the live version, when we get it in the national, in the actual national selection, I hope that it improves on a lot of those things. If there's major improvement, I could definitely, like, a big revamp would be needed if this goes to Eurovision. I don't see it going personally. That's just me. But I don't mind the song. I hope they fix the mixing. So let's go next to kind of the song that everybody's been talking about. This is Evangelia with Vále, or Put is what it is in English.
She is putting herself in Basel. I'm telling you that right now.
Yeah, this is a really good song. This is, I will say, the first upbeat song this year that I've said could win Eurovision. I could see this.
I could see doing left side of the table for sure, at minimum.
I think it could do really, really well. I think there's a lot of things about this song that are very marketable. And I think there are a lot of things about this song that are marketable specifically to an international audience.
Mhm.
I'm really intrigued because 25% of the voting for this national selection is international jury. And I'm really, really mostly intrigued to see how this does with the international jury. Because I think that's going to give a really, really good indication as to how it could do at the contest, obviously. The blend of Greek and English here is so fluid, so perfect. Evangelia is someone that's been talked about to go to Eurovision for Greece for a few years now. So I'm glad that she's getting this opportunity here. I love the strings and all of the traditional Greekness of this song. I'm really, really responding well to. This song does that traditional sound, but does the soft moments and has the big moments as well. This song does it really, really well. The only thing I fear is that if people don't want to send the same thing they sent last year, I fear people may not send this song, even though Zari and Vále are completely different songs in that regard. I could see this not doing as well in the national selection because of recency bias.
Well, I mean, the really interesting thing to talk about here is we don't know what the Greek public wants to send to Eurovision, right? It's been an internal selection for so long. I mean, how even the last time we said they did a song selection was 2017. It's been a minute, right? And I mean, with countries like Finland and countries like Albania, where we know Finland's going to send something quirky, we know Albania is going to pick a song that usually doesn't have a chance to win. We know that's what's going to happen with those kind of countries. With Greece, we have no idea. However, if they are sending quality, this has a very good chance. I had one note, which is I think there's a few times where you should turn the beat down a tiny bit, just a little bit, this much. You're at a 10, take it down to a 9, or maybe even an 8. I love the violin section of this song. I think it sounded awesome. And also I'm a sucker for most string instruments. So there's that. I think it's really fun. I think it's really, I don't want to say unique because I feel like there are a few things that have sounded like it at Eurovision before, but I don't mind that. No, everybody doesn't have to reinvent the wheel, or else the wheel wouldn't have been a thing in the first place, right? If it works and you're doing something really well that has been done before, but you're doing it in an interesting way, I'm still here for it. And I think this could do really good numbers for Greece. I hope it goes, I hope it or a few other things go. I think it has a really good shot of doing it too.
I definitely think so. I think this is clearly in contention, and I would like to see it personally. I'd like to see it. So. Let's move to something God forbid they send to Eurovision, and that is Georgina, Kalais, and John Vlaseros with High Road. Now, Brooke, I have a question for you. Do you think she's going to take the high road?
Define, is she going to rise above the hate she's going to get if this goes to Eurovision? Is that what we're asking? No shade. But we all know if this gets sent to Eurovision, they are going to get a massive amount of hate. It won't get sent to Eurovision, so we don't have to worry about that. So when I was listening to it, with my friend Tyrell, and I looked at him and I said, this could just play in the jazz club in Persona 5.
Yeah.
And I would not be shocked. And again, I like the music in Persona 5. That doesn't mean I want it to be representing a country at Eurovision, right? Even the jazz club music at Persona 5 is kind of okay. It's one of the worst songs in that game to me. I'm this just doesn't feel like anything of substance. The jazz is an interesting thing to bring to Eurovision, right? It's an interesting idea. But usually when we talk about sending jazz to Eurovision, it's a jazzy-er song. This is straight jazz and not in a good way. It's smooth jazz. Imagine if they sent Kenny G to Eurovision. I don't think that would do well.
No.
I hope that this doesn't go. No shade. I think it would not end well. I think Greece would go back to an eternal selection next year if it did.
I love the vibe of this song. I do.
Same.
Like it's all those jazzy things that I really like. And there's been a lot of successful jazz entries at Eurovision. Like it's not a genre that is represented very often, but when it is, it's represented really well. This is not it. There is no lyrical density here, and that is what makes the song unlistenable again.
Damn.
Sorry.
Damn. I wouldn't go as far as say unlistenable. I just wouldn't seek it out. Like, if this was playing in an elevator, ironically, because I know we're going to talk about something that's literally later. If this is playing in an elevator, I wouldn't be like offended.
Yeah.
But like,
Sure. Let's move next to Klavdia. Klavdia with Asteromáta or Starry Eyes.
Excuse me. Would you like to go first?
Sure. I really like this. And this is another song that I think could win Eurovision, honestly. I really, really like this. I think the acapella intro is so fun for me. It's so Greek, and I love that. I love that so much. I think it's a really, really strong song. The vibe is great. It kind of falls into this genre of like electro ballad that I'm kind of responding very positively to. Yeah, it's a good listen. I'm intrigued to see how it's going to be staged. And I think overall, it's just a really, really good song.
I fully agree with literally everything that just came out of your mouth. Add in the fact that lyrically, dear God, talk about a punch to the gut. Like it hits, especially the opening, like the first verse. Like that's some powerful stuff right there. I honestly think that if I were going to pick a song that I think would bring something different for Greece, but still have a really good chance to be competitive, it would probably be Asteromáta. I know I just butchered that. I'm so sorry.
No, Asteromáta is right.
Oh, great. Awesome. I think this would be the best choice for that, you know, like something that's not, you know, their typical girly pop entry or like whatever, but also just that brings a lot of flavor and a lot of like, I don't want to say soul because that's like a musical connotation, but like heart and feeling to the stage. And also incredible vocals. Oh my Lord, incredible vocals. This is one of my favorites in the selection. I'll say that as well. And if this went, I would be thrilled. The only thing I would say is there's definitely a part of the song, like especially the beginning of it, where I feel like not the acapella part, but like when it gets into the drums a little bit, right? You need to build the drum a bit more because when the drum came in, it didn't feel like that natural crescendo had happened yet to me. And also, if you notice that I talk about percussion and beat a lot, it's because I'm a drummer. Like this is my area of music. Exactly. It's my area of musical expertise. It's so like when I hear it and I'm listening for the drum loops, I'm like, give me a little bit more, just tiny bit more.
Right.
Right. And I think and that's like the easiest fix on the planet here. Just a little bit extra drum. Maybe even make it a timpani. I feel like if you switch from a snare to a timpani,
okay,
that could hit really hard.
I agree with that, actually.
Yeah. Switch from a snare to a timpani, you don't even have to change the volume. Just make it a little bit more, and I think it would be really cool. But I really love this.
Yeah. The timpani. I keep thinking about that now, and I'm like, ooh. Maybe a little bit of triangle. Ooh. Triangle.
Ooh.
And more cowbell, obviously.
We gotta always have more cowbell.
Anyway. Let's move to Konstantinos, Christoforou, and Kostas Karafotis. Could not be more Greek if they tried.
You nailed that, though.
Thank you. I have family from Greece, so I grew up saying their last name, which is incredibly Greek, and I'm not going to dox them on this podcast. So I'm pretty good with Greek pronunciation. The song is, and I'm also learning Greek as we speak. So,
awesome.
The song is Parádeisos or heaven. It's heaven. That's what it means in English.
So instrumental's good. Lyrics are fine. Nothing really to write home about, to be honest. I like the harmonies. I think they harmonize very well when they do it. Problem is you only get to hear that for like the back half of the song, and even then it's not throughout the back half of the song. It's kind of here and there. I wish they were singing in harmony a lot more because I think it makes both of them sound way more interesting than they are apart. And also, I really liked the outro, and then they added an extra 10 seconds onto it for no reason.
Right. What are we doing?
Cut off the last 10 seconds of the song. Otherwise, I really enjoy it. No, that's not true. It's fine.
I really like it. I really like it.
Fair.
There's something so classically Greek Eurovision about it that I'm really enjoying. Like as the song went on, I was like, I'm enjoying this more and more and more and more and more. Like it just kept going up in my rankings, and I was like, oh wow, okay, I'm kind of digging this song. Their vocals sound absolutely gorgeous together. The song is it's so Greek. It's just so Greek. And that I kind of love that is why we have that's my favorite part of having a Greek national selection this year, is just the fact that we get more Greek songs. I like Greek songs.
Valid.
Greece is a country I like a lot at Eurovision. So yeah, it's just two old guys talking about heaven, and I'm a fan.
Valid.
I'm on board. I'm here.
Really?
I'm in it. I like it.
Yeah, sure. I don't fully agree, but I'm with you. You know,
I think this would be a huge departure if this went to Eurovision, and I'd be really actually interested in how it does.
I would be too. I'm intrigued.
Let's see. Let's move to Kostas Ageris with Gimo, or My Earth.
You go first.
This again, it's classically Greek, but in a modern way. I like it. I don't think it's a bad song necessarily, but I don't find myself remembering a whole lot about it. I do think the speed up at the end when it kind of increases tempo, I do really like that. But otherwise, it's not really the most memorable song in the world.
Yeah, I did in my notes. I did call it a nothing burger. And I hate using that because that sounds really negative. I would rather listen to a nothing burger than listen to a song I actively dislike, for the record. And there are songs in this selection that I actively dislike. I don't remember this. And this is the last song I listened to before we recorded. Like, this was the last one in the order. So when I get to it and I'm listening to it, and I'm just like, what is there about this to latch on to? I liked the instrumentation. That's the biggest thing I can say, is I think the instrumentation was really solid. But like his voice was just okay, and like I don't know, there wasn't really much for me to write home about here. I liked the outro. I think the ending, like 30 seconds of the song, are really solid. But other than that, it just didn't hit for me, and I remember very little about it, to be honest with you. I wish that wasn't the case, because I wanted to like it.
Yeah, I did too. But it's not doing anything for me.
Valid.
So. Let's talk about Nafsica Gavrilaki, Unhurt Me. I love this song.
Thank fuck.
I love this song.
I was so ready to go to bat and go fight for this song.
You don't have to. You should know that this is the song that I'm immediately going to gravitate towards.
Okay, I know, but when I get on Eurovision World and I see this thing has 3 stars,
it hurts me. I need
Unhurt
Eurovision
me,
World
please,
to
Eurovision
unhurt
World.
me.
Unhurt me, Eurovision World. Unhurt me.
I don't get it. No, I really enjoy this song. This is giving me Undo by Sanna Nielsen from Sweden a couple years ago. It's so good.
A little
Oh,
bit of
it's
Undream, a little bit of Undream You, a little bit too.
a little bit of Undream You, a little bit of oh, there was another entry that I had thought of that I didn't write down. Fuck. Regardless, my biggest issue with this actually comes with the studio track. I need, if this wins, and I actually think this could stand a decent shot at winning, with the right staging and the right live vocal, I could see her doing something here. I need a revamp on the instrumental. I'm having a really hard time. I'm having a really hard time with the instrumental because I feel like the dynamic does not match the power of the vocal and the lyric. It's still a really, really good song, but I just need all of the elements to come together. And then I think this could be a really, really successful song at Eurovision.
I fully agree with literally all of that. I think the song is incredible. I think lyrically it hits me like a truck. Greece and rest of the world, what are you doing writing this 3 stars in Eurovision world? You're insane for that. I don't think it's going to go. I don't think it has the support to go. And also, if I could predict anything, is that I don't think Greece is going to want to send a ballad to Eurovision this year. It's not their style normally. But if they do send a ballad, I think this is an incredible choice. We've already seen 2 upsets in the national finals this year. This could just be the year of upsets, and I would love to see this go. As long as they work on the instrumentation, I fully agree. Because even the instrumentation wasn't bad. It just needs a little tinkering. It just needs a little fixing. But yeah, I really enjoyed this a lot.
Absolutely. Let's talk about Rikki with Elevator.
Can we please?
Yes,
please.
Because why does it have 2 stars on Eurovision World?
I was prepared for this to be shit.
Me too. So so for context, we most of us use Eurovision World when it comes to listening to the national selections. Shout out to Eurovision World; they are a great resource for almost all. They're not. We are.
They're a great resource for all things Eurovision.
They are all things Eurovision. So yes, shout out to Eurovision World. Love Eurovision World. Big fan. Love your work. If you're looking to hire anybody American, let me know. I am interested. Okay, thanks. So I got on there and it had 2 stars. And so I typically, like, based on the rating, I'm like, okay, cool. I've got a bit of an expectation as to what the song is going to sound like. 90% of the time, my opinions end up matching up pretty closely to the overall rating of Eurovision World. And for me, this is the one song in a long time that I absolutely disagree with. I really like this song.
Yeah, same. So normally I don't use Eurovision World. Normally I use Spotify, right? And that's because I like forming my own opinion without seeing the star rating first, right?
Fair.
But unfortunately, none of the songs from Greece are uploaded on Spotify yet. Not entirely sure the reason why. Probably some contract.
Some selections do that.
Yeah.
Some selections just don't release them immediately.
Yeah. So I went on Eurovision World to look into it, and I was like, 2 stars? I mean, it happens sometimes. Like, and don't get me wrong, there are other songs in this selection that are also 2 stars that I fully agree with being 2 stars. But I was like, 2 seems a bit okay. Well, let's listen to it. And I really like this. Now, for all we know, this could just be because this person is a terrible person and we have no idea, but I doubt it because we couldn't find anything online about him. This is really cool. Like, it delivers on its promise. It's elevator music, but like really, really fun elevator music.
Right. Like, it's got this cute like 70s vibe that I'm really into.
So catchy.
I do wish it had it's very catchy. I wish it had a bit more lyrical density. By the end, it's just kind of repeating the same lyrics, which I'm not mad at. The story is not the most groundbreaking story in the world. He's having sex with a woman. Cool. Whatever. But I think it's cute. And like the elevator music touches, like it starts with an elevator ding. And then at one point between the chorus and the final chorus, the second chorus and the final chorus, there's this cute like elevator music interlude. And I'm like, that's really cute.
It's the cutest song about sex I've heard in a hot minute. Like,
right. Honestly. I'm like, it's cute. I like the song.
Maybe Greece just doesn't want to send something like vaguely lewd, but like I don't. Yo, you have so many worse options this year.
Well, mind you, Eurovision World is not just Greek fans; it's worldwide fans.
True.
So I don't know.
And granted, the Greek selection itself, like grand total, this only has 835 votes on EurovisionWorld.com.
Well, and mind you, songs like this that have gone to Eurovision World in the past couple of years have also not been rated very well. I think immediately to the busker. So anyway, I think it's cute. I don't necessarily want this to win, but I think it's a cute song.
I don't want it to win, but if it did, I wouldn't be mad. I'd be a little bit shocked and a little bit surprised.
Be like,
I mean, okay. There are definitely better songs in the selection, obviously. But if it did somehow go, I would be kind of excited to see what they do with it.
Right.
And I think it'd be really interesting. Also, the camp of them performing this in an elevator would not be lost on me. Please.
There's so much potential for staging, or at least start in an elevator.
And then the doors open.
Hyper zoom, and then the doors open, and then there's a stage.
Okay. Thought camera is on the back wall of the elevator, and he's facing away from it. And then it dings. He turns around, and then the doors open.
Oh, that's cute. I like that.
Yep, that's real cute. Mm-hmm.
That's cute. I like that.
Cute little stage prop. I think this would be a really fun entry. So I don't hope it wins, but if it does, I'd be really excited.
Right. Let's talk about Thanos Lambrou. To our knowledge, is not related to Andrew Lambrou from
Cyprus, 2023.
Cypriot. That's the word of Cypriot Eurovision fame from a few years ago. Same last name, so whatever. Thanos Lambrou, Free Love. I appreciate the sentiment of the song. I'll say that much.
Sure.
This song doesn't work for me. It's lacking a lot of lyrical density. And the key change really doesn't work for me. And that's about all I have to say about it.
I'm choosing to be nice and not comment.
Valid and fair.
I would say some very mean things if I commented, so I'm gonna not.
Yeah, not a great song. Not a great song.
Agreed.
So, whatever. Anyway, last song up we have is Xannova Xan with Play It.
Okay.
Okay.
I like a good girly pop entry from time to time.
Yeah.
I know I literally just complained in a video that we haven't gotten a girly pop entry yet this year. I like a good girly pop entry. This one's okay.
It's fine.
It's fine. This is my perfectly solid of the selection.
I think I would agree with you. Yeah. It's a song that I would listen to again. I immediately got a lot of vibes to Firefighter.
Yeah, but not as good.
Yeah, that's unfortunately where I leave it. I think the instrumental is really fun. It's very Greek. Mm-hmm. Very Greek. This is another song for me that is lacking a lot of lyrical density. I do like the repetition that it has throughout the chorus, and I think the blend of English and Greek here is also really good. The vibe of this song is what I enjoy the most about it.
I personally really like the chorus. I think the chorus has a nice, fun energy to it. Don't care for the intro. That felt really disjointed from the rest of the song to me. Maybe that's just me. But I don't really have anything much else to say about it. I'm gonna check my notes to make sure I don't have anything else to say about it. Yeah, I just kind of wish it was a little bit tighter because it kind of feels a little bit loose around the edges to me. But beside that, not really much else to comment on here. I hope it does okay because I think it will do okay.
Definitely. So that is that. And we've come to the point in our program where we must discuss points. So we both did an honorable mention, which means we're just cutting out a song that we didn't like. I will say my honorable mention for today is indeed High Road.
Well, my honorable mention for the day is Odyssey. But don't worry, you weren't going to be waiting much longer to see High Road either.
Oh, goodness. My 1 point is going to Andy Nicolas, Lost My Way.
My 1 point will be going to High Road.
What? Shocker. My 2 points will be going to Kostas Ageris.
Okay, Logan, I need you to not crucify me.
Oh God.
My 2 points will be going to Parádeisos.
Yeah. Whatever. We're moving on. My 3 points are going to Odyssey.
My 3 points will be going to Kostas Ageris.
My 4 points will be going to Xannova Xan. Play it.
Also, Xannova Xan could be a drag queen name. It's kind of fun.
Please welcome to the stage, Xannova Xan. I wonder if that's an abbreviation on her name. I'm gonna look it up while you give your points. She's stunning, by the way.
Yes. My 4 points will be going to Lost My Way and Nicolas.
Her name is not even Xannova Xan. That's her stage name, which I think is very fun.
Drag queen.
Yeah, literally. My 5 points will be going to Barbz.
OMG! Same!
How fun.
Twinsies.
My 6 points will very happily be going to Elevator.
My 6 points will be going to Xannova Xan.
Period. You forgot an N.
I know I did.
Great. My 7 points, I'm very happy to put them here. My beautiful Greek men, Konstantinos and Kostas, Parádeisos.
Well, the really interesting thing is I think we have the same top 3 because my 7 points will be going to Elevator.
Well, we do. So it's the battle of the cunty women. Now, which cunty woman did we pick as our favorite?
As it should be. It's Greece. It has to be a battle of the cunty women.
A period. Except for that one 16-year-old boy that one time.
We don't talk about Victor.
We don't talk about Victor. My 8 points, I think all 3 of these songs are really, really good. Of these 3 songs, my 8 points do end up going to Klavdia for Asteromáta.
Okay, my 8 points do not go to Klavdia. They will be going to Vále.
Fair. My 10 points, because honestly, it sounds like it could come from many countries. My 10 points will be going to Nafsica for Unhurt Me.
I think we are about to have something unprecedented happen. I think we're about to have a 3-way tie because my 10 points will also be going to Unhurt Me.
Period. My 12 points will be going to Evangelia with Vále.
And my 12 points will be going to Asteromáta.
So as far as the 2 of our opinions are concerned, we have a 3-way tie as far as the cup overall totals. We'll eventually give you all of the...
I think Elevator.
Yeah, it would have been Elevator.
Yeah. Beyond that, I could not tell you. But,
Beyond that, no clue. But... Well, all right. That is that on that for that today on this here occasion. Thank you for joining us for this Greek Eurovision video. Let us know all of your thoughts and your 12 points down in the comments below. Greek Eurovision fans.
Shout out to the Greek Eurovision fans because you are also one of the biggest reasons our channel has done.
I was about to say, Greek Eurovision fans, y'all do your thing here. Thank you. We appreciate you so severely for everything you did for us last year. So keep coming through. Appreciate it.
Y'all are going to. You guys do great numbers. Thank you.
Y'all awesome. Do the damn thing, and I appreciate you for it. So subscribe, like, and share on the way out. We've got so many more national selections to talk about over the next couple of months into the main Eurovision season. Very excited to see what song will be representing Greece.
Big Eurovision.
And make sure to check out the description below where you can find all of our audio podcast links, our other YouTube channels, our Patreon, our social media, and where you can get your merch, including but not limited to cup mug. With all that being said, we are going to go ahead and get out of here. So cheers.
Yeah.